If only he had told me where he was going, I would have known where to put my legs and start looking for him. But he did not mention anything to me. I'm so confused right now, and I don't even know what to do. I don't even know if the wedding will still hold. But I'm determined to win this battle. I will do everything it takes for me to win this battle. I'm determined to get married to Dele, and no one can stop me. I strongly suspect Simbi, that wicked witch.
Simbi had ordered food for herself and Dele even before he arrived at the restaurant. It was not difficult for Dele to locate her because Simbi made sure to sit in a visible area of the restaurant. Immediately Dele entered, he saw her sitting on one of the tables with food already waiting for him. I'm so glad you agreed to see me. Thanks for coming, Dele. It feels really nice to see you again after such a long time. Simbi said. Immediately Dele took his seat. I have ordered food for us. I ordered fresh fish pepper soup. I know you like it so much. Please, you can start eating, Simbi said, pointing at the mouth-watering food on the table. Thanks, Simbi, for inviting me here. But honestly, I don't feel like eating. I ate my fill before coming to this place. Dele responded calmly while looking directly into Simbi's eyes. Simbi was trying to avoid looking at him because of shame. I didn't poison the food. I promise it's entirely safe. Please don't say no to my food. It will make me feel bad and hurt. Simbi pleaded with Dele, but he was adamant. Did you cook the food by yourself? I mean, you made it in your house and brought it to the restaurant? Dele asked, while still looking at Simbi intently. No, I mean I bought the food here, in this restaurant. But all the same, it is my food, Simbi said. You didn't cook the food yourself. Why are you then saying it is your food? It is the restaurant's food, and they will just throw it away if you fail to eat it. Well, I just said I'm not eating. I'm not hungry. Trust me, if I was hungry, I'll be the first person to dig into the food before you even say a word. Dele responded. Please, eat a little. I didn't poison the food. I can test it first if you want me to prove that it is not poisoned. Simbi said pleadingly. She dug into the food and tested it to prove to Dele that she had no intention of poisoning him. But Dele still refused to eat the food. Please don't bother yourself. I told you I'm not hungry. And I know that the food is not poison. I just didn't want to eat. Please, go ahead and tell me why you invited me here. I'm not here to eat, and I know you did not invite me to this restaurant because of food. Go ahead and talk so I can go back home and sleep, Dele said strongly. It is true that you are getting married to Barrister Jane. She gave me an invitation card, and I wanted to hear it from you before I would believe. Are you two getting married? Simbi asked with concern written on her face. Dele was surprised to find out that Simbi already knew he was getting married to Jane. He was also surprised that Jane gave Simbi an invitation card. He wondered why someone would give an invitation card to someone who is clearly an enemy of progress. But he decided to respond by saying the truth. Yes, we are getting married in 2 weeks. Do you have any problem with that? Dele responded. No, no problem at all. But don't you think it's a bit awkward to get married to the lawyer who handled our divorce case? Haven't you seen any other woman to marry apart from her? Simbi asked. You no longer have the right to dictate for me. I'm not your husband and you're not my wife. We are divorced and I have the right to make my own choices and live with them. The person I choose to get married to should not be your business. I think you should move on with your life and stop monitoring me. I have moved on after our divorce and honestly, I don't even think about you anymore. You are the one thinking about me. Why have you refused to forget about me? Why haven't you moved on? Why are you prognosing to know who I am getting married to? What's your problem? Dele asked angrily. He was restraining himself so he would not shout in the restaurant. My problem is that I still love you, Dele. I can't stop thinking about you. I still love you. I know I've made mistakes in the past, but my heart is still with you. You are still my man, and I am your woman. I want us to come back and build our lives together. We can do it, Dele. I have heard of couples who divorced but later reunited and achieved many good things in life. Please, call off the marriage plans between you and Jane. Let's get married again. And I promise I'll be a good wife this time around. Simbi pleaded, with tears in her eyes. The fact that she was crying did not move Dele. He was laughing in his heart. Are you serious right now? I mean, this is why you invited me here. To tell me you want us to remarry. You must be mad. Wait, you think I'll get married to you again? You want me to build a life with you when you are finished scattering the one I built. After all I went through while I was married to you, you ruined my life. I love you with all my heart. I bought all my properties in your name. I mean, every important thing I bought was bought in your name. I loved you so much. But how did you pay me back? You lied against me and forged photographs and videos to tell the world that I beat you. You were the one beating me. But I still lived with it. Now that God has saved me from you, you want me to come back and get married to you the second time. What are you saying? Can only be done by someone who is out of his senses. Dele said. He was so angry as he poured out his tears. I'm sorry for all I did against you, Dele. I was influenced by bad friends who advised me to start beating you so that you will abandon the properties to me. The beating didn't work, and they advised me to divorce you by lying to the court that you beat me. I wanted all the properties for myself. I was influenced by greed. Please, find a place in your heart and forgive me. Simbi said, Forgive you. I have forgiven you, but I can't forget what you did, and I certainly won't marry you again. I have found a good life partner in Jane, and there's no way I'm calling off the wedding. I'm getting married to her, come rain, come shine. Deal with that. Dele said as he stood up and left the restaurant. He came out from the restaurant and walked to the place where he parked his car. He opened the car and went in. He turned on the ignition, engaged the gear, and started driving home. Suddenly, he heard a voice from the back seat. Turn around and drive to wherever I tell you, or you will regret it. Dele engaged the brakes, turned on the car's inner lights, then he saw two men sitting in the back seat of the Lexus car. The men were armed with guns. They were on the 10th mainland bridge. He turned around and followed their instructions. Jane waited at home endlessly that night, but did not see Dele. He has been kidnapped. It has been 2 days since Dele was kidnapped, and Barrister Jane has not seen him. She has not been herself since the incident happened. It was as if her life was turning upside down because she had poured a lot into her relationship with Dele. She had invested her emotions, time, and money on Dele, and it was difficult for her to accept that he would be kidnapped only a few days to their wedding. She has not gone to work since the incident happened. She has reported the matter to the police, and many places have been searched, but Dele was nowhere to be found.
If only he had told me where he was going, I would have known where to put my legs and start looking for him. But he did not mention anything to me. I'm so confused right now, and I don't even know what to do. I don't even know if the wedding will stay hold. But I'm determined to win this battle. I will do everything it takes for me to win this battle. I'm determined to get married to Dele, and no one can stop me. I strongly suspect Simbi, that wicked witch.
Jane said she was in her bedroom that night, thinking of her next line of action. Suddenly, an idea occurred to her, and she sprang up on her feet and dressed up. She left the bedroom and drove out of the compound without even brushing her teeth. She drove to the Keisha shopping mall and entered the shop of a tech guy she knew. I want to track my boyfriend's phone. Jane tells the tech guy, who was just opening his shop that early morning. Jane was the first customer to patronize him that day. Do you have the details of the phone? The tech guy asked. Thankfully, Jane was the one who bought an iPhone for Dele as a gift some weeks ago. She came to the shopping mall with the iPhone pack and also the pack of Dele's SIM card. She handed everything to the terr guy when he finished sweeping his shop. Is there any problem? What happened to him? Is he missing? The terr guy asked with concern. When he saw how restless Jane was, she has refused to sit down. I think he has been kidnapped. We are supposed to be getting married in a few days, and I can't find him. I just left the house without telling me where he was going. Jane tells the terr guy, who was by then doing his job. Okay, that's sad. The phone is currently switched off, but from what I can see here, it was live 2 days ago, and my stream shows that it was last used to browse the internet at Hotel LL. That was the last place it was used. Also, I can see that the owner of the phone visited a restaurant on the day you said you saw him last. I will also give you the number that called him last before he went to the restaurant. I will just print out all the information for you so you can use and start looking for him, the terr guy said. When Jane collected the information from the terr guy, she drove straight to the hotel mentioned in the documents. When she got there, she started asking questions, but the receptionist was not keen on speaking to her. Please, show me the hotel room. I strongly suspect that woman. I think she is the one behind the kidnapping of my boyfriend. Her name is Simbi. Please, I need your help. This is a matter of life and death. Jane said as she squeezed 10,000 naira and put it in the hand of the hotel receptionist. The receptionist reluctantly gave Jane the number of the hotel room. Jane took the number and rushed to the room written on the paper. When she got to the door, she started hearing Simbi's voice. You think you can just get married to anyone you want? I called you so that we can talk and settle things in peace. But it seems you did not want peace. You are my husband, and I will never leave you for Jane. Jane will never marry my man. Who does she think she is? She thinks she can snatch my man and go scot-free. Dele, you think you can just abandon me to wallow in loneliness and penury in this world? You are telling lies. Because so far as I am concerned, you are still my husband. Simbi said from inside the hotel room. Jane's heart skipped when she heard Simbi's voice, and how threatening it sounded. She quickly became aware that Dele was in the room, and that Simbi might have kidnapped him with the help of some men. Jane peeped from a little hole on the hotel door, and she was able to give a glimpse of what was going on in the hotel room. She saw that Dele was tied to a chair with rope, and two men stood guard around him. Simbi was standing before him and was still talking in a loud voice. You must call off the wedding, or I will not release you from here. You'll remain here without food for many days. When you are ready to call off the wedding, you just let me know. I'll switch on your phone. All you have to do is to call Jane and tell her that it's over between the two of you. Once you do that, I will have you released, and then we can continue our marriage. I promise to be a loving wife to you this time around. Simbi yelled from inside the room. No way! I will never marry you again. It is better for me to die than to live under the same roof with a woman like you. Never again in my life. Dele replied Simbi. One of the men hit him hard and he shouted. Jane's heart skipped again when she heard Dele's voice. I have to go and call the police, Jane said. She rushed out of the hotel and went to the police headquarters and informed the officers that she had found where her boyfriend was being kept. The police followed her to the hotel. However, when they got to the hotel room, they did not see Simbi, neither did they see Dele. Everyone in the room was gone.